Ready to have some fun? Let's do it.
Be honest, I'm a nature freak.
We don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents. All kinds of happy little things going on. And if it doesn't make you happy, you're doing the wrong thing.
If you don't know what to do with your life, go to college. You'll be in debt, but you have 4 extra years to figure out what you want to do with your life.
That's true.
Wow. Do you think that's a generation thing? Because I feel like my parents were of the same mindset of like, you know, if you're going to go to college, it's on your own dime, and we're not going to necessarily say you should do it.
I don't know. I'm first generation college student in my family, so it was. My parents were just kind of like, you're going to be better off if you go to college. I mean, like, because they still believe that you can do well in life without a college degree and stuff, but it's a lot easier once you have a college degree. So they're kind of like, just go get an education or go to trade school or do something, and then you'll be good to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I had no intention of going to college at all. Yeah. I totally didn't think I was going to go, and then I felt called into ministry, and I was like, well, and not growing up in church, I was like, well, if I'm going to do any type of church work, I need to be surrounded by people who know about this stuff, because I have literally no clue what any of this stuff is. So I decided to go, but then I realized halfway through, I was like, I didn't need to do any of this. I could have just, this was pointless pretty much. But yeah, thousands of dollars down. I was like, well, didn't really need to do this, but
just affirming what Josie.
Pretty much.
Yeah, college is expensive, especially, man, I chose to go to a private school. It's expensive. My brother, he's going to a private air school, so his is 3 times as expensive as mine. He's going to be 3 times in debt as me. And my debt is expensive for what, average debt of Americans is for school. Yeah. And so his is going to be a lot. But he's also going into a field where you're going to get paid a lot of money to do
for sure
stuff. So
we are skating past it a little bit, but just for perspective, so you went to Taylor University, which is one of the, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's one of the most expensive universities in Indiana, right?
Oh, yeah. It probably is the most expensive, other than Notre Dame.
I was going to say Notre Dame, and I think Indiana Wesleyan is actually, maybe it's changed, but I think
IWU's cheaper than Taylor.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. But for you, that people that don't know, you got your master's in divinity, and that's what is that 95 credits for a master's degree, right? Mm-hmm. Which is wild, by the way. Mm-hmm. On average, 30 to 60 for a master's degree. But a master's in divinity is 95 credits. So it's a typical master's degree. Maybe you have a 45 credit master's degree, which is you could probably get done in a year or two, year and a half or two. There's people that work on their divinity degrees for 6 years just because they'll take a couple classes at a time or something. So the fact that you're able to get through that and still have a sound brain and some of your youth, that's you know what I mean? It's that's kind of a blessing.
Yeah.
So. It's smart though, because that's how you get out at least less. I graduate in 3 years. My brother is graduating in 3 years. So even though our debt is still expensive, it's less than other people who graduated with us.
I was so blessed. So I was adopted into a family where my grandmother, she was her and my grandpa were both college professors, and so education's always been really important to them. So they started I for all of our family to go through higher education and stuff, and I was adopted in that family. I was so blessed because I got out with my master's with no debt at all. It's such a blessing for real.
I was about to say the same thing. What a blessing.
Oh yeah,
that,
I don't think I would have gone if it wasn't for them, because it's just the money of there's no way.
It is. I mean, it's necessary. I would buy into the argument that it is so necessary for more credits for that degree. Just you want that to be extensive, but compared to typical master's degrees, divinity is way more than your average or typical accredited master's degree.
Yeah, it's a lot. Just because it's I think it's such a funny term, a master of divinity. It sounds like a wizard, like a
you went to
wizard.
Hogwarts.
Yeah, but it's you don't have it's so much because you have to learn so much about like everything involved with like spiritual church life and everything. But there's not like a master's degree is very like focused in, like that's what like you're a master of that thing. But divinity is such like a huge thing. It's like I have no like special.
You have to be master of everything, master of every part of divinity.
Literally. So you know everything right now.
Pretty much. No,
so
but I have like
wizard.
little information on everything, but I have no like, what's the saying? It's like a jack of all trades. But that's literally how I feel. I am not like, I just know pointless information about everything, but I can't like take you to the full like of anything.
Halfway we're good.
Exactly. It's fun, but.
So I had this thought today. So you said something, Josie, like I feel like it was like a week or two ago. You said, Caleb, you wear a lot of tropical shirts. It wasn't like a slight.
Yeah.
But
Fun shirts,
So, so I had never even thought about it until you said that. And so today someone said something about like, hey, you wear flower. Like, I really like the flower. Like, it wasn't a slight. Well, at least I hope it wasn't a slight. But then I started thinking about it. I was like, she said that, and then she followed up with, she goes, when people wear clothes, it really does, like, what people wear says a lot about them. And she said she was saying it like in very positive. She was like, "Oh, you just seem like and I thought it was kind of funny because my grandma always had an expression for if someone wore something like bright or flowery. She would always go. She had a real I say it like she's dead. She's still alive. Love you, Grandma. Shout out.
She's Southern though, right?
Yeah, she's very, very, Southern. And so like we were, like the way she describes it, she says it's loud. She's like, oh, she's wearing a loud shirt. Oh yeah, like very loud shirt. And so the way I would describe it is probably like, probably a little more of a loud clothing, like loud shirts that I like to wear. But I've never thought about what I wear represents like my personality. Have you guys ever thought about like your clothing representing your personality? Because I've been thinking about that all day today. It's like thinking about like the clothes that I just wear normally representing like where I'm at in the season of life or something.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. You guys.
No, I was just literally as soon as I walked in, I could never wear the pants that you're wearing. Like you're pulling them off. I could never wear pants like that.
I feel so uncomfortable.
I feel like Caleb's very stylish though. A lot of times, like on Sunday mornings, I will look at your outfit and I'm like, man, he like really put that together. Because on Sunday mornings, I roll out of bed, and I'm wearing like athletic shorts and a jar T-shirt. That's about it. But then like you're on stage and you look nice, which is good because you're the one on camera, not me. But I just wear band T-shirts a lot, like. Yeah. So I feel like that represents kind of who I am because I like those bands. But you're definitely a musical person. Well, I guess all of us are. Like, you're a very musical person. Like you know more about Taylor Swift than anybody. Yeah. When I like something, I really like it. Yeah. So I have shirts of things that I really like. Yeah. So like Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Word. I like fashion too, but I don't break out until like fall time. Like when it's hot, it's the same.
Oh, you don't break it out until fall time?
Yeah, like
it's hard to like layering and stuff. Like that's fashionable, but you can't really do that in the summer.
Yeah, summertime, same 5 T-shirts and 2 pairs of shorts that I keep in rotation constantly.
Yeah,
but I feel that.
I just picture what I like. Again, me wearing pants like that, dude. It would be atrocious. It would be so bad for me, dude.
I think you're being way too hard on yourself.
I can do it, dude. Sometimes I get it all the time. People will like ask me if I was the person that was on worship and stuff like that. Like I get confused with you a lot, which I do not understand whatsoever because we look nothing alike. Like, it happened last night.
It happens a lot, too, from people who primarily watch the stream, too.
All the time.
Yeah,
no one look nothing alike.
No one comes up to me and goes, hey, Nathan. No one.
Dude, I get
but
Caleb
they go up to Nathan and go, hey, Caleb.
All the time.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've witnessed it.
Sorry.
It happens all the time. I like it. Fine. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
I'm Caleb.
I'm that fashionable guy who sings on stage. Yeah, I'm cool.
So what? Yeah, what's up? What can I help you with?
Yeah.
That's like people are real weird about like babies. I feel like because everyone gets so excited about a baby, but I feel like a lot of people like to touch babies.
Which is so weird to me.
Why is that weird to you?
Why would you go touch someone else's baby?
I wouldn't do that.
Like my sister-in-law, basically, they're not married, but they just had a baby, and she's like always like posting and saying how she doesn't want people touching her baby, and I'm like, that's even my nephew, and I wouldn't go and like just grab him without being like, hey, can can I hold him or something?
Yeah.
Because like I just feel like that's disrespectful.
Yeah, it is.
Because that baby doesn't even have a voice to say don't touch me.
touch me.
So you need to listen to the parent that's saying don't touch me. Or like people who just like kiss babies. Why are you kissing a baby that's not yours?
Yeah,
Like that to me that's so weird.
I felt so bad. My best friend and his wife just had a baby recently, and we were like out on vacation together, and we were on a boat, and I was holding their baby and like instinctively accidentally kissed her forehead, and I immediately told her, I was like, Brie, I'm so sorry, I just kissed your baby.
I thought you meant at first you apologized to the baby.
I'm sorry I kissed
I
you.
just did that.
I'm so sorry. Whispered in his ear.
Immediately confessed it because they're huge on that. Like they're big. Like don't even let their family members kiss her and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, dang, I just crossed a major
Well,
line.
it's scary because
No,
like
it is
there's like
RSV and stuff like that. Yeah,
they can get sick and
it's hot
like
right
die.
now. RSV's real hot right now.
Oh yeah. Number one album. Top of the billboards.
Yeah.
But speaking of wizarding school, what house do you guys think that you would be? My wife Jamie is like a huge big Star Wars. Star
I
Wars.
don't know
She's
anything.
a huge big like Harry Potter fan. What would you?
I don't even know the house. The only house or the only thing I know is
Well,
like
let's work into it,
the
Josie.
Slytherin.
There's Hufflepuff.
and
Are you
Hufflepuff,
looking it up?
yeah.
I am, yeah.
All right.
I can take a test, see what house I am.
Now just read the descriptions of what the houses are, and then see where you fit into it. Because that's the big thing. It's like what house.
Yeah.
So I'll give the general specifics, and Nathan, if you have like the specifics of the houses. But there's 4 different houses that people that go to this school of wizarding, they have to get placed into a specific house.
Yeah.
And it's dependent upon
Gryffindor.
It's dependent upon their personality. So
Yeah.
take it away, Nathan.
So Gryffindor values bravery, loyalty, and chivalry. Ravenclaw values intelligence, creativity, and wit. Hufflepuff values kindness, hard work, and patience. And Slytherin values ambition, cunning, and resourcefulness.
Which one do you think you are, Josie?
Either the first or the third. Can you read those again?
Yes, Gryffindor is bravery, loyalty, chivalry. And the third one, Hufflepuff, is kindness, hard work, and patience.
Probably more Hufflepuff.
Yeah, I actually think that's pretty spot on. I would say you are Hufflepuff. That's what I would say.
What do you think you are, Nathan?
I would love to be a Slytherin. That would be so sick, but I don't think I am. I think I'm probably more Hufflepuff as well, actually.
Yeah, I think I'd go back and forth between like Hufflepuff and Slytherin.
Yeah.
Maybe Hufflepuff. Yeah.
Dude, Gryffindor. That's the big dogs. That's Harry Potter himself, right?
Yeah, it's Harry Potter himself. That's
OG.
That's the OG. But I feel like that's the basic one, you know?
Yeah.
I want to be with the puffs, you know?
Dude,
I want to
the
be
Slytherin-
puffing it up.
Slytherins are so sick, dude. They're so cool. Just black, just...
Slick because they're a snake.
Yeah, well, yeah. And they're just dark. They're just dark and stuff.
They're the emo punk
Very cool.
rockers.
That's what I was about to say.
of
Edgar
the-
Allan Poe vibe. That's them, right? That's
Edgar-
where he would be.
Edgar
Edgar.
Allan Poe. You know a name that people don't name their kids anymore? Adolph.
Yep.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Except for Lundgren. Dolph. It's Dolph. I bet his name was Adolph and he cut the A off. He's
I definitely would.
yeah.
Get that A out of there,
Dolph
dude.
Lundgren,
Yeah,
not Adolf. You know, no one makes that connection. I've never made that connection till right now. Dolph Lundgren, you know,
I don't even know who that is.
Dolph.
I don't know who Dolph Lundgren is.
You don't know who Dolph Lundgren is?
No idea.
Josie, do you know who Dolph Lundgren is?
No.
Rocky IV? You've never...
the Russian
Russian,
dude?
yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know that was his
Dolph
name.
Lundgren actually has like a PhD in like mechanical engineering, but he's like a supermodel, and
Really?
he's like, he looks beautiful. Not now, but I mean back in the day,
Yeah,
gorgeous
gosh,
individual.
what a stud.
Yeah, absolutely. He's a genius. He's a stud, and he's a movie star. I mean, full package. But
Doesn't get much better than that, does it?
he put a whooping on Rocky in Rocky IV, and he killed Apollo Creed. So
Heck of a resume.
heck of a resume.
Heck of a resume.
But yeah, he doesn't go by Adolf, does he? He goes
does
by
not.
Dolph.
He does not.
Yeah.
Probably for the best.
Probably for the best.
Probably for the best. Dude, Harry Potter season is getting close.
What does that mean?
Fall time, dude.
It's a fall thing?
For me, it is. I feel
like
like
it's a year
Halloween,
round.
the Halloween time.
Was ABC Family, they go by Freeform now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so like every year they do like a fall, like during Halloween,
Uh-huh.
I think Thanksgiving and Christmas, they do like a just round the clock Harry Potter in chronological
Dude,
order.
I love Harry Potter. It's so
Yeah.
good. So good.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
When I was a
for fall time.
kid, it was like boycotted. They were like absolutely. My
'Cause of the
parents
witchcraft?
were
Yeah.
because they, at our school, they actually like I think it was like 6th grade. They actually had it as a book that we would read. And
Get it
like
out.
parents were like,
Burn
nope.
the school
Yeah,
down.
they
The
burned
Harry
the
Potter?
teacher. Yeah, they burned the teacher alive. They thought she was a witch.
It's one way to do it.
Yeah.
It's one way to handle it.
So the teacher that replaced her after they burned her at the stake,
Yeah.
she explained to the parents that what it actually was. and-
Yeah, it's so weird to me that some people, like obviously like churchy kids and stuff like that, can't like Harry Potter is just like a no. Because it's like, I don't know, it's so to me it's like, yeah, of course it's like it's about wizards and stuff like that, but it's so far removed from any sort of like I don't know, like actual.
Yeah, it's not real. It's
Yeah.
fake.
Exactly.
So
Obliviate.
yeah. But I think you were 1 in 2001, right? Because you were born
Yeah.
in 2000. Well, that would make you 1. But Lord of the
math.
Rings, I think Lord of the Rings came out right in 2001.
Yeah.
I remember when that
Success.
came out, my parents were like, absolutely not, because there was witchcraft in that too. Well, like
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
Gandalf, he's a
Yeah.
wizard. He's a wizard.
Dude, that's so like, it's so close. I mean, bro, the Christianity stuff and that and everything
know.
is so like, gets me fired up.
Yeah,
good.
I mean, and that's the thing. It's like once they realize
Yeah.
there are Christian themes in it.
Dude, that
you know,
scene
it's-
where Gandalf like returns on that hill with like the horses and stuff.
Oh,
Gosh,
you're
bro.
talking about the 2 towers with the Rohirrim, the
so
men of
sick.
Rohan, the
Bro.
men of Rohan that have been exiled
No,
from the
that part-
king that was manipulated by Sauron.
Okay.
Sorry, I just had a nerd out there.
No, dude, for real. That part gets me fired up, dude. It's
Yeah.
so sick. There's so many parts to that. I love the part where he like whispers to that butterfly and it like takes his whisper away.
I mean, it's a moth, but yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Butterfly, moth.
Sorry, dude.
A
My
moth is
bad.
just an ugly butterfly. Let's be real.
Like as my eye twitches, I'm like, God, it's a
Yeah.
moth.
Sorry.
My like Jamie, Jamie sends me stuff all the time that have like fun facts about like Lord of the Rings
Yeah.
because of like how much I nerd out over
Yeah.
that series.
Yeah.
And like there's this video she sent me the other day of this guy that's just like busting at the seams because of like information people around him are like getting wrong.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I just felt like. I was like, it's a moth.
Yeah, sorry, dude. My bad.
Yeah.
Won't happen again. People nerd out about Lord of the Rings. I'm actually not a huge fan of it.
People nerd out about a lot of things.
Yeah, I
Ding,
know.
ding, ding. Yeah. Taylor Swift, Star Wars, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, One Direction.
What's a big thing that you nerd out about besides Lord of the Rings? Obviously, like I'm trying to think about what would make me nerd out. What makes you nerd out? Either of you?
Maybe like
Besides
like
Taylor
movies
Swift.
or just
Just
like
anything.
hobbies,
Like
things
what's
in general.
yeah, something that you just yeah,
Smelling things. Probably like sniffing things.
yeah, that's
I,
OCD form of that.
I have a I mean, you asked. I'm just telling. I can't help it.
I have a confession after we're done with this, or
Oh,
if I should
gosh.
do it now.
I think
Confess.
you started it that strong. You should
I
finish
used
it all
to
the way through.
have the no joke. When I was a kid, I would have to smell my fingers after everything I touched. Everything. Like, it was bad. And so and I think it was because I was like a clean freak, but literally everything. I would open a door and I'd smell, like, I'd have to. And then, like, bro, for real. And I'm not kidding. My dad helped me break it because, like, one day he was working on his car and he, like, called me out there and he, like, rubbed oil all over my hands and, like, made me just kind of sit there with it. And then we had to dig a ditch in our front yard, and he, no joke, made me come out there and dig it with my hands to, like, help me break that. But it was so bad.
Can you imagine, like, while you're doing that, you're digging for like 3 hours. You're like, Dad, I just want to go eat dinner. And he's like, okay, we can do it. And he sniffs his finger. He's like, come on, let's go.
That's where I get it from. Yeah. My adoptive dad. I get
Yeah.
It's so weird. I don't know why. I've read that that's like a form of OCD, but yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was like, what condition would that fall under? And probably OCD.
Yeah. Now it comes out in different things. Like I have to have everything straight and like, yeah, but it was a bad
You
problem.
have to have
I had.
everything straight.
Well, now, yeah, like papers have to be nice.
Man, you would hate being in my office.
Dude,
It must be rough when you sit in here.
I just freak out. It's my own personal stuff. Like I have a weird thing. My bathroom door has to be shut. It can never be left open. The
Weird.
shower curtain has to be closed fully. If I see it open at all, it's going up. I can't have anything on the floor. Like it's not good. It might be a problem.
Well, it's good you're
Do
clean.
you? Okay, sorry.
I was just saying it can't be that bad of a trait. It keeps you clean.
No, but like it's like it's habitual. Like I don't even think, like literally I'll walk in, if I'm going to my room, I shut it always. Like, and I don't think about it. It's just like something I do. And
Yeah, but like what, like movie wise, or just like
anything?
just anything.
in life?
Yeah, just anything at all.
One Direction.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
Josie.
I would nerd out over One Direction.
Come on.
I have like One Direction books, like all about their lives. I went and watched the One Direction movie in theaters.
Wow.
I think like 7 times. Because there's different variations at different theaters. So I went to multiple different theaters to watch.
Heck yeah.
And there was a 3D version, so I went to a 3D version
So
of
sick.
it. But
Trying
yeah,
to
I
hug
nerd
Harry
out about
Styles
that.
on the
I'm trying to think what else I nerd out about.
Yeah.
I don't really know what else I nerd out about other than that.
Yeah, I don't know either. I asked that question. I feel like I should have an answer for it. I don't really have too many things.
No, it's
that
I think it's
I actually do have one.
I do think it's a good question. It's just like I'm trying to apply it to things that like I don't watch in shows and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And outside of all the things that I like to sniff, just trying to like apply that.
Or what's a nerdy, like a thing, like something that you're like excited about that you feel like if people knew they would like judge you for it?
Combat sports.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could ask me anything about combat sports.
Yeah,
and I could
that's a
talk
good
to you
one.
about it for like hours. But I know that like,
That's a big thing. A lot of people are very, very into combat sports now.
I feel like in a general conversation,
bring it
people
up.
like that, but
Yeah.
they don't know much about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I feel like it's kind of a weird thing. And once you start talking about it, it's like, it's not like football or something. Or baseball where people are at
It's more
least.
niche.
It's like either you're into it or you're not at all. I feel like in my experience.
Yeah.
So it's kind of.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm just really basic. I'm a very basic person.
No, you're not.
I'm a very basic like white girl. Like I like a lot of pop culture. I get excited when like new pop culture stuff comes out. Like Sabrina Carpenter's album just came out.
Fired up about
And
it. huh?
so, yeah, I just like to learn about like why people wrote the songs they did. So I like seeing like what songs are written about who. Maybe that's why I like Taylor Swift so much, just because she writes music about people. But
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really know what else I like get. I don't know, because like I like shows, but I don't know, go that crazy, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I love The Office, but
Yeah.
there's not really anything to like nerd out about, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
what about you? What do you nerd out about?
Like that I'm kind of like sort of embarrassed about a little bit is probably wrestling. Dude, I like WWE.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's one that I like to try to keep to myself a little bit, but I get pretty fired up about it.
Why do you like to keep it to yourself? Are
I
you
don't
just
know.
embarrassed that people would judge you?
Yeah, it's little. Yeah, it's like.
Why do you
That's a
think that
little
they would
silly.
judge you?
Yeah, why? Because it's, I don't know. There's just a stigma around it, dude. Like it's like if you're into
Because it's
it,
fake.
because it's fake. It's choreographed, but
Oh, I guess the one thing I nerd out about is like production of things. Like when I go
yeah.
to concerts, I think about the
Oh, yeah.
production of things, and I
Yeah.
think about like how the visuals are working,
Yeah.
and I think about all that kind of stuff. Or like when
Yeah.
I'm watching like a show or a movie,
That's
I
what you
think
pay
about
attention to?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
about the like production, like behind the scenes type of
yeah,
things.
you know what production like levels are really high is in wrestling. I can just bring it back to
Oh
it.
yeah. Why do you say
I
that,
guess.
Nathan?
No, I'm just kidding.
Because it's fake.
JK.
Yeah, because they have to
They
know
have
what's
to produce
happening
it.
because they
Yeah.
know how the ending is.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
Exactly.
it's choreographed. Right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
choreographed. But
Yeah, like a dance, right?
yeah, it is a dance, dude.
Yeah.
It's exactly
They're
what
like
it is.
ballerinas
So
out there.
cute.
It is a dance.
It's a dance.
It is cute.
It's two jacked, shirtless dudes
Just-
dancing, doing the dang thing.
Pretty cute stuff.
Pretty cute.
Pretty cute. Who's your favorite wrestler?
Right now,
Yeah.
of all time, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I was so excited. I thought you would already be in this room.
I did hear you busting that out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I did hear
I
it.
It was just me.
Yeah.
I've been
me
holding
here.
that in for like months.
Really?
Yeah, I was just waiting on the right time to do it.
Well, bummer,
Because
dude.
I was like, I knew that you were a wrestling fan.
yeah.
and you weren't in the room.
What a bummer, dude.
Yeah, that would have been awesome if we would have been recording and just waiting for you.
Yeah.
I just get so excited.
Yeah.
You see my face.
You just appear. Like, where's he at? Does he have his shirt off?
Dude, I did go. I went to the Road to WrestleMania with my dad when they were in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
And, dude, seeing The Undertaker live is probably one of the sickest things of my life still to this point. Like, dude, it's wild.
Yeah.
It was so sick.
Such an interesting, like, act, like the guy that
Yeah.
does that is such an interesting.
Mark Calloway.
Okay.
No, by name.
His blood type is.
Yeah.
His kids are really cool.
Yeah.
He's a great father. His, like, niche, you know, it's like rolling the eyes through the back of his head. I feel like that would be a rough one to like, get known as, you know, because it's like you have to do that for years.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, it's big time nerd stuff, but that was like his big thing. Like it's called like kayfabe. So like he would like keep character all the time. So like his character was that he was like the Undertaker, like a dead person basically. And so like in public, he was always like just dressed in black and like never talked to people and all that stuff. Like for years, dude.
I feel like that'd be really hard, you know, to just like meet friends and stuff, you know?
It would not
What's
be.
his real name?
Mark Calloway.
It'd just be real hard for Mark.
It would be hard. It's probably, yeah.
Probably
Poor
probably
Mark,
just
dude.
a, you know,
Poor
probably
Mark.
a hard life. Yeah, poor Mark.
Poor Mark.
Probably hard life for Mark. Shout out, Mark.
Shout out. Big motorcycle guy, though.
Is he?
Yeah, I remember being a kid. He would like, it was
Like,
his
was he on
interest.
character? Like, does he ride it in character?
Yeah, there was
like
a time
black
where he-
motorcycle with a black trench coat,
Yes.
rolls the eyes to the back of his head while
Yes.
he's driving.
Yes, actually, yeah.
Yes. yes.
There's a time where he broke from the dead man character and would like ride out on a motorcycle. Like he would just ride down the ramp on a bike. For sure, where my love for motorcycles came from.
I really
That's
feel
what I
like.
was about to say. Is that where?
Yeah, that's why I have an all black bike right now because of the Undertaker.
do you ride it like?
I want to get purple lights on it pretty bad for
Do
it.
you like to ride it with a trench coat? And
Yeah,
like
that's the only way I ride
roll
it.
your eyes.
Only
to the back of your
way.
head while you're
I listen to his theme song on the bike every time.
driving. I didn't even know he had a theme song.
They all do, bro. Of course.
That's awesome.
Anyway,
You're like, I asked a wrong question.
yeah, but yeah, that's probably my thing.
That's really cool.
Yeah, the nerd stuff.
I think, you gotta be willing to expose your nerd cracks so that love can fill them. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And so if you find people that are cool with your weird, WWE obsession, that just means that you have real people in your
Yeah.
life.
100%, dude.
Yeah. Now I know they're not in this room, but you know,
Yeah, they're not in our
just
easy
ranting for
seats
2
right here.
hours.
but you'll find them.
Yeah, there's a support group out there for you.
we like plug one of the ministries.
Yeah.
No, I've chilled out on it quite a bit. It used to be a huge thing for me, but yeah, I've kind of chilled out on it a little bit. But yeah,
I think it's cool that keeps going. And
it's been a long time, dude.
yeah. Shout out Dwayne The Rock's dad, right? He was like one of the OG back when it was like WF or something.
Yeah.
Wait,
WWF.
really? That's cool.
Yeah, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Yeah.
Dad, I can't remember what his dad's name was. Rocky. I think it was literally Rocky Johnson. You reading anything interesting over there?
No, I'm just looking at Dwayne The Rock Johnson's parents.
Oh,
He looks a lot like his mom, actually.
really?
Yeah.
You can tell him that. I'm not going to
He
tell
has
him
the
that.
build of his dad,
Next
but
time I
like
hang
You
out
look
with
like
him,
your mom.
like facial wise, like he looks a lot like his mom.
Oh yeah, the Hawaiians, dude. Samoans. I wish I was Hawaiian so bad. The culture just seems so sick. Cute. He's coming back. He's like he's a big figure in wrestling right now again.
Oh, is he? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the wrestling.
Are you one of those
podcast.
guys that think?
Yeah, it just turns into a wrestling podcast.
Are you one of those guys that think The Rock is natural and doesn't do steroids?
No, obviously he does steroids.
You know, there's like a
No,
wave of people.
he would never.
yeah.
He's just drinking his Zoas.
Yeah.
You know, like this sponsored
Yeah.
s'mores drink or whatever.
Yeah, he's for sure on roids. You
Yeah.
see how big that dude? That's the thing. I'm gonna sound like a hater. You cannot be that big and not be on juice, dude. There's
Yeah.
no way.
It's getting saucy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
getting saucy.
there's some sauce in there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
More than whey protein.
Yeah, I'd say so.
He's sweating out whey protein. Yeah.
I'd say so.
There's a lot of stuff going on in there.
Well, that was the thing for Hulk Hogan. He always said it was like take your vitamins and say your prayers? And it's like, yeah, and you're on like a lot of juice.
He's like, all I drink is Ovaltine. Yeah, right.
And D-ball.
D-ball, some Trin, TRT.
Yeah, you're
brother.
Ripped up, brother.
Yeah, I really like watching some of the older guys, like Macho Man Randy Savage, because that dude
we're getting
he was not only on steroids, he was also on cocaine.
My gosh, yeah.
Some of the old videos that he would do, you could literally feel the sweat of his addiction. Through the videos.
Dude, the way that guy talked.
There was one video, he's so breathless. Yeah. He would literally.
That was decent.
I'm not practicing in the mirror, but he literally talked about the cream of the crop, brother. And he literally pulled out a creamer, like the ones that you put in coffee. Bro. He pulled it out of like his pants.
Some of them are insane.
And then he just like threw, and he kept pulling them out through the during the interview video. It was wild.
I think what's scary is like having a character like that, and you just have. I mean, that's actually you in real life. Like, or like Dog the Bounty Hunter, like that guy.
That's a weird identity to get. Man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's like, all I'm trying to do is my day job. I'm just trying to catch bad guys because I'm Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah,
and I like to do it with my family. Catching bad guys. And now that the world knows that we catch bad guys, that's like, you're always forever Dog. But he probably has a real name.
Forever Dog.
He probably has a real name. It's probably like Mark or something.
Dog the Bounty Hunter's real name?
His name's probably Mark.
Probably. You imagine having hair like that, dude?
Probably just a good guy.
Dwayne Chapman. That's his real name.
Dwayne Chapman. Chappie Dwayne. Yeah, he's probably just a guy out there that just. What if it's a wig? What if it's not really his hair?
I don't know. It looks kind of real.
Okay, well, that's just one theory.
He kind of has that like poof up there, doesn't he?
He does.
Golly, that'd be crazy.
Is he still out there dogging it up and like taking active bounty hunters or taking active bounties with all of his kids? I don't think so.
No.
What a weird family business though to get into.
Yeah, seriously. That ended for him in 2013.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, probably.
Well, 2015.
15.
I feel like that would be a hard thing to retire from. You just get the itch to
take down some bounties.
Take a bounty. That'd be hard to just go to the local Subway. Just be eating it up. Knowing that you could be surrounded by criminals.
Literally. That guy, Tiger King,
King.
Same level.
Well, he's in jail.
Without his tigers, he's in the jail. Wondering what's going on with him. What's going on with Marcy and
keep him in there.
Kyle and Luke. I don't know. What do you call a tiger? What's a good name for a tiger?
Tony.
Kitty.
That was spot on.
Yeah, Tony the Tiger.
Without missing a beat.
They're great. She said kitty.
For a tiger, it's a cat.
Kitty?
Yeah. A tiger's a cat. It's a big cat.
Yeah.
Misunderstood.
How different they are, right?
I feel like I wouldn't want it to be like a really intellectual name like Bartholomew, because if it was eating you like those poor guys, Sigmund, what's the guys? Siegfried and Roy.
Yeah.
Sigmund Freud, is that where you were going?
Yeah.
I heard Sig.
I wouldn't want to say, Bartholomew. I would want to. I'd want to say something like Tony, something quick, less syllables.
Princess.
Princess, Kitty. I would go with Kitty before Princess.
Yeah.
Princess. Dude, getting taken out by a tiger would be bad news.
It'd be weird if the tiger's name was "Don't Eat Me," because then if you're trying to shout out help, people wouldn't, wouldn't be able to realize.
Don't eat me! Don't eat me!
Is he talking about the tiger, or is he asking for help? Man. Don't name your tiger Help either. That'd be bad.
Would be bad. Can you imagine how bad that would hurt to get bit by a tiger? Golly.
By any animal.
Yeah, I mean, any of them would be bad.
What do you think would be
bear?
Dolphin?
That would be scary.
Narwhal.
Just pierce you.
There's a lot that could go wrong with the narwhal.
Ooh.
They're the ones with the...
Oh, yeah. Unicorns of the sea, baby.
Yeah. Honestly, most animals scare me. And so that's probably why it's good I live in Indiana, where we don't really have big, scary animals.
Bobcats take you out. They're out there.
Yeah. That's about it, though.
Yeah.
And they're not that
just
big.
Just general animals, like squirrels even freak you out?
No, just like animals that are like as big as me, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if an animal, if I can't stomp on the animal, then I kind of get freaked out about it.
You know what is crazy? I hear about these people that like take chimps home and like try to raise them and stuff.
No way. Miss me with that.
And then they like rip their face off.
Yeah, that's what I was
Like,
about to
they
say.
wake up and they're like getting their face, eaten off by the monkey. It's like, well, I swear that he was a great monkey beforehand. Back when I had lips,
Yeah.
Like that would be. I feel like all it takes. What's that?
I remember hearing about that story of that woman where that actually happened to her.
Yeah, but like I heard, from all my monkey trainer friends that they're incredibly territorial. So it's like you could have a chimp that you've raised since birth, you imprint on them, and then if they, just get your scent all over them, rub all over them, just get your sweat on them, don't wash them for a month. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
But like if you could have like friends over, and if they show you interest or something like that, then it's like game on. Then they're like they're becoming a different chimpanzee.
Bro, can you imagine going over to a friend's house and their dog is like barking? You're like, please put your dog up, and then you show up and there's a monkey like freaking out. You're like, dude, get that out. Pitch the monkey in the room.
Yeah.
Shut the door.
No way, Jose.
Literally. Gosh.
Almost anything could be a pet, though. I mean, dogs didn't used
Monkeys
to be pets.
should not be pets.
You know what shouldn't be
But should
pets?
dogs be pets?
People make
Some of them.
People make skunks pets.
Yeah, well, you can remove their stink gland, but
They would be
Okay.
cute. They're cute.
right.
And like raccoon pets. They're
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah,
they are cute. My neighbor friend and I, she and I had a little raccoon that we raised together. His name was Stitch.
What happened to it?
Don't know. I don't know. It was one of those things he just wasn't there one day, and
Oh, the coyotes probably.
don't know what happened to him.
Somebody flushed him down the toilet.
Exactly that old thing. Yeah,
He went home to be with his family.
yeah.
He had bills to pay.
Dude, he was sweet though. He was super sweet. But yeah, the monkey thing. There's something about, I don't even like going to the zoo to see big monkeys at a zoo. You look at them. At the Indianapolis Zoo, you make eye contact with them. It's like, dude, there's something behind that.
Yeah.
They have a soul.
Yeah, there's something behind their eyes or something.
The orangutans freak me out.
Those are the ones I'm talking about.
Because they're smart.
The white, there's orangutans and there's certain giant apes. It's like there's whites in their eyes. Some of the monkeys have whites in their eyes, and that's freaky.
Yeah,
it
it's literally it's like, dude, I'm looking at something that should be out here with me, talking to me, not sitting here.
You know what really hasn't done this conversation any favors? Planet of the Apes.
No, of course not.
It's really in that whole resurgence, of that whole movie series. It just doesn't help. It just makes me think about I really didn't support zoos that much before, but now I support them even more. I'm like, capture them all and enslave them. That's really what before they take over.
That's what started that. The one with James Franco in it, right? That's
kinda. I forget what that was. It was some sort of weird. It didn't look like a. Yeah, I think maybe it was a zoo, but they were abusive to him. And then James Franco was like, "Oh, let me put this incredible genius serum in the ape and Caesar." And away it went.
Yeah, took off, huh? What a powerful name. That's what I would want to name a tiger, is Caesar.
Caesar.
Why? Because you would want them to be murdered.
It's just strong. Sounds like a tiger name.
Yeah, you should name him Julius Caesar.
Should.
And then you should name the brother of that monkey Mark Antony.
Sure.
You don't know the story of Julius Caesar? Am I alone on this, or do you?
No. Caesar salad. That's about as far as I go with that.
Yep, that's pretty close. You guys don't know?
I'm sure I've heard it.
Julius Caesar, Mark Antony. He they ran a coup, killed Julius Caesar.
Nope.
Sure.
Uncultured swine.
I've definitely heard this stuff. Now, if you want to talk about nerding out, Jake just loves history and random facts.
Dude,
so he
does.
nerds out about the most random
For
things
real.
ever.
Yeah.
And when we first started dating, he would nerd out about Call of Duty. We spent a 2-hour phone call where all he did was tell me the plot lines of every single Call of Duty.
That's sick, dude. That's just
unprompted. He just
yes, he just started talking
2004,
and didn't stop.
Iraqi desert.
And I just sat my phone there and
Macintosh.
would occasionally be
McTavish.
okay, and
Yeah.
he just went on for 2 hours
Yeah.
On the phone?
Yeah, that's
on the phone.
Did you put him on mute and go do something else?
Yeah, that's one of those.
'Cause I
Where
feel like
Yeah, I
that-
put him on speaker and I was doing something else.
Does he
Yeah.
know
And
that?
occasionally I'd be like, okay, yeah.
Oh, tell me more.
He does know
You-
that because I told him that after we started dating.
you told him that you muted him and stuff. Yeah.
Was he upset by that?
Not really. He was honestly wow, I'm surprised you stick around after that.
I'd
I'm
say
like,
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Star Wars. He nerds out about Star Wars.
Yeah. Godzilla, too. I've heard him go on a couple Godzilla rants before.
Oh man, that's an interesting
Yes. Planet of the Apes too.
Yeah, we were at like a men's group, like we were with our men's group. We were like having a conversation. They started talking about Godzilla, and I went to the bathroom, came back out, and he was still going, like fired up about it. Actually,
He gets fired up about a lot.
I like it. It's a good thing to. That's a great like trait to have, to just get fired up about like things like that.
Sometimes it's annoying because I'm like, it's not that serious. Like he takes things so intensely, and I have to be like, Jake, it's just not that
Pulling
serious.
back a little bit.
Yeah.
No, that's good. There's not many things that I would get fired up about, so it's like I always
Yeah.
love when I see people have conviction about things like that. For real, I like it. I think it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just trying to think of like weird obsession things, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't really.
I mean, there was that show that was about people's like.
I think
weird,
he's talking about like. Are you mean personally?
Yeah.
I was like, I could pick up. Like,
You're talking about
I
My
could-
Strange Addiction.
Yeah, My Strange Addiction. Those are like
That's what I thought you were
obsessions.
talking about, too.
People
There's one lady
eating
on that who
styrofoam.
ate cigarette ash.
Ooh.
There's all
And
sorts
she
of
would
stuff.
like put it on ice cream and everything.
Imagine
She'd,
how
like, keep
brutal
it.
her breath is.
Pretty rough.
Golly.
Yeah, pretty rough.
That'd be bad news.
Yeah, that's bad news bears for sure.
There's people eating styrofoam. The sound of it, people would
They
like
would eat it or chew it.
chew it.
Yeah.
Yeah, chew
I
it.
heard that's terrible for your teeth.
Yeah, I would imagine it's glass, right? Isn't
And the only reason I know that that's terrible for your teeth is because my mom would tell me that when I would chew on styrofoam. Because I also liked to chew on styrofoam when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. There's a lot of weird ones out there.
Yeah, for sure.
It's kind of interesting the things that parents pass along, like values and stuff. Like because we were talking about like college and
See,
stuff.
we're on track.
Yeah,
we're on
honestly, we're on track. Yeah, because. And then like names. Honestly, your name is part of your legacy, so people need to stop naming their children weird names.
I heard a story the other day of someone telling me that their grandfather died in World War II. Maybe their great-grandfather, but their great-grandfather died in World War II. And when he died, he didn't know that his wife was pregnant. She wrote him the letter, and it was returned to her because he died early on in the war by sniper fire. And so she was pregnant, went on to have a child, later remarried, but that child ended up having a child. And generations down, the grandson who was telling me the story looked almost identical to, and so his great-grandma always really favored him because of this. And the story isn't really about like the grandma favoring him. It's just the uniqueness about like how you can look so identical to your descendants, past descendants. I think that's kind of wild.
I don't look anything like my mom or my dad, but I think I look a lot like my grandpa.
Gap photo to show us.
Oh yeah.
Just while we're on
Yep.
it. While we're on that, but
Yeah, see
So-
the resemblance.
You got a ways to go with your beard.
I know I do, yeah.
I heard something the other day with, that's just made, like I had heard this before I heard the grandson story. And so it was like a quote. It was like, how long do you think it'll take after you pass generationally before people stop talking about you? And then I thought about that. It's like, okay, how many people after my grandfather do I actually know by name?
Yeah.
Maybe my great parents, but
Yeah.
then it's like, I don't know my great. So it's like, I wonder sometimes, it's like, how much do I act like them?
Yeah.
How much do I look like them?
Yeah.
Because I don't even know what they look like. I don't know their names. I don't know who they were, what lives they lived, what
Yeah.
they did while they were on this earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm related
Yeah.
to them.
I think it's interesting, like because I don't know how much we think about things like this in our culture, but like how your last name, like what it actually represents, it's like your clan. Like those are like your people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like I think, a lot of times people don't think about that, but even like biblical stuff, like obviously Jesus's last name wasn't Christ, but it was like, that was like his title of being like in the lineage of like, he's the Messiah, like the Christ, but it's like all the like last names. Yeah. It's like for us, like our last name is like it's our people, like it's like where we come from and stuff like that. And so I think I love thinking about things like that. 'Cause after I die, dude, people won't know who the heck I am, but it's like,
Yeah.
but they'll know like the last name just because of like, that's what, I don't know, what carries on after you and stuff like that and what
I've
that
always had
represents. And
Good, Josie.
Well, I was just gonna say, like, to me, like, last names were like really important, like, for that reason.
Yeah.
And like, everyone was giving me a hard time when I was getting married because I wanted to hyphenate my last
Yeah,
name.
sure.
I ended up taking Jake's, but I like on like social media have hyphenated it. But like, I don't want to be associated as a Case. I want to be a Kuntz,
Yeah.
like for the rest of life, bro.
Right,
like,
word. Yeah.
But
that is
unfortunately, that is not the case now because I'm a woman.
That's an interesting
Your
tradition.
great grandkids won't even know.
Nope.
Yeah.
But no, so like like to your point, like I've always had kind of a different thought on this. But so my dad was adopted. So like like the clan name, like my last name, yeah, it's my last name legally. My kids will have it if the good Lord blesses me with kids and blesses them with kids. But it's not. It's like part of me thinks it's not really my name.
Yeah.
Because it's actually something else. Biologically, it's something else. And then I think how many generations would have to go down before they would forget that that's real, or before they would forget that fact, or how many generations up, maybe something like that happened already. So those are the things I think about. It's like what defines you legacy-wise more than your name.
Yeah.
That's my take.
Sure.
Not that
Yeah,
like
sure.
your point, like I'm saying your point's wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm saying like what is in us that define us more than
Yeah.
well,
Well, and I think the thing that makes the name so like important is the attributes that come with it, right?
Yeah.
Like a name means nothing, but it's like what's behind it. Like I think that stuff is.
Say that is so good. Say that again.
Well, yeah, it's not just the name itself that matters. It's the attributes that come with.
I love that.
I
Yeah,
love
'cause-
that too.
Yeah, because for me, like,
It's the attributes that
Come with it.
come with. Yeah, that's
yeah,
really good.
because I think for me, I think the reason it means so much to me is because like, and nothing against this at all, but like my last name before is like associated a lot with like drugs and like kind of the things that come with that type of like my father who he was like I think he's in a different place now, but like he was very like drug issues really bad and just a rough background tied to it and everything. And then I was adopted into the Brogio last name, and it's like like I was talking about earlier, like my grandparents put me through college, like that was like there's a lot of like really that's the last name Brogio. My father stepped in and like literally raised me and taught me how to be a man, and it's like I got that from this family, and so it's like to me that stuff's really important to me, just thinking about that. And then I want to think about possibly if I have children to think about being able to raise them up also in that last name, which is like so important to me and stuff like that.
It's interesting that like you made that comment, Caleb, because we all come from circumstances to where our last name really isn't like our last name biologically, because my dad's adopted too. My dad was in the foster care system, got adopted by the Kuntzes. But for me, like you said, it's the attributes for me. Like Kuntz, I associate so much with my dad, not even like the adopted family, because we're not even close to them, but my dad. And like I just don't want to not be like connected to my dad in that way anymore. And so it was like so important to me to like hang on to that. And so
absolutely,
like, it's definitely like what you said, the attributes. Like I never thought about it that way, but that's definitely why I wanted to hold on to part of that.
Well, I think it's so cool too. Like I love one of my favorite like passages out of scripture is how it talks about how we're adopted into like sonship and daughterhood with God through Christ. And it's like, actually we're not, there's no like legal type stuff that happens, but it's like once you start following Jesus, you're like, everything about you like changes, and it's like now you're representing a name like Jesus that is tied to such like beautiful, like powerful. I
wonder if like there have been people that have ever said, you know what, we're going to make our own last name.
There has been, for sure.
Exactly. I mean, like Ellis Island is like people, when people migrate or immigrate. Migrated?
Yeah.
When people migrated as immigrants to our, like Ellis Island or whatever, people were making up their last name or changing their name prior.
Yeah.
But it's like I often wonder, like I made jokes with Jamie before we got married. It's like, what if we just came up with our own last name? Or
Combined them.
We combined the name. Yeah, exactly. Not like hyphenated it, but
Right.
like came up with something.
A combined version.
Yeah. So her last name, her maiden name was Roberts.
Yep.
And so I was like, Furberts. Furberts.
The Furberts.
Mine's Ferguson, hers is Roberts. I was like,
I
Furberts.
like that.
Furberts.
Herberts.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Robertson's already, you know, like if you did it the other way, I was like, no, Furberts. But
Furbert.
I wonder if people do that, you know? It's like, now we're going to make our own, you know? It's like
I've
we're...
heard of people doing that, combining last names.
Really?
I have.
Interesting. Yeah.
Ship name.
What's that?
Pretty
Ship
much.
name.
It's like your
Yeah.
ship name, your last name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think something like that's cool because like what we're hitting on is so interesting. It's like that is, it's like, are you more than that?
Yeah.
And I think, I mean, for even what you're saying, Nathan, and what you're sharing, Josie, I think you are. Like, I think you are so much more than that. Like, I'm getting a little fired up right now, even thinking about that. I really
Let's
am.
go.
Like, I didn't know that your dad was adopted. Like, that's so interesting. And, like, that's so important to you, the name, because of those attributes. I think that's so good.
Yeah, well, it's super dope. I think about like in the Bible and stuff like that. Like people were tied actually to their clan, right? Like you'd be so and so from the tribe of Judah, and it's like that
Trading,
that
bartering,
represents-
marriage.
Yeah.
Also, you know, because it wasn't like there was like a local police station. It was like local disputes were done by clans.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And it's like you represent that. Like you're
Yes.
a part of that. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what last names are supposed to be like. It's not just it's like, yeah, you are a part of that people. And so it's like do something to like make that good for the people who come after you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
See, this is why you did the 95 credit Master of Divinity.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Come on, here to educate.
Julep, pop, 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 julep, pop, pop,